Winterfest is finally here, and it's absolutely insane. From a whole slew of free items and a secret gift, to a ton of collabs and hidden map changes, this is Winterfest 2025, and it's honestly the best ever. First things first, let's talk about the holiday map changes. Island and the loopers at Golden Coast are already feeling the festive vibe. No surprise there, to be honest, since a huge chunk of the island is covered in snow. If you check the map, the blizzard hit exactly half of it, snagging locations from Wonkyland right up to the Battlewood Boulevard streets. But hold up, that's not even the main event. They hooked us up with a straight-up ton of gifts, a new cabin, and fresh game modes. Now, let's get out the calendar. The holiday season is running from December 18th all the way to January 9th. That's 23 whole days of new stuff, with all the major updates hitting in this last patch of the year. Even better, a promotional banner leaked just hours ago, showing 2 skins that are supposedly the free handouts you can snag from the cabin starting today. While there are going to be a ton more rewards, we also got a peek at a pickaxe, a back bling, and a wrap. I've got to say, those 5 items alone look spectacular, but I'm guessing the other 10 missing gifts will probably be just a bunch of graffiti and fillers. You know, the stocking stuffers no one really asked for. Luckily, the item shop is getting a sleigh load of Christmas skins, including a leaked Ice Guy and Holiday Lexa. The map is getting a major makeover, with literally half of it getting blanketed in snow. Another thing likely making a comeback to the snowy area is the Nutcracker's cabin. Plus, those non-circular storms I mentioned before, with shapes like a tree, a snowman, or a heart, are ramping up. When I first brought it up, the triangle storm had only a 5% chance of showing up in your match, but now it's up to 15%, and it's likely to keep increasing and adding those new shapes. Boss-wise, not much is new. Both the Ice King and Christmas Soldier bosses were leaked weeks ago, so they'll probably be the only ones, allowing us to defeat and transform into them, just like the current bosses. A confirmed NPC coming back is Sergeant Winter, sporting a new OG style, and he looks set to be the star of the Christmas quests again, which leakers say will be similar to last year's. In terms of gameplay, we should see all the returning weapons from previous Christmas seasons, and naturally, a few new ones. We absolutely should also get new anomalies, just like the recent Gold Fever update. Back at the cabin and the latest trailer, you can clearly see socks with Harry Potter logos, so expect collaboration gifts there, because who doesn't want a little magic in their life? As most of you know, we're getting new Harry Potter skins, not of the actors, but of default characters, following my theory of having 5 boys and 5 girls with styles for the different Hogwarts houses. We'll also get the Ford Anglia car as a cosmetic, and they should be adding the mythical broomstick, which might even get its own separate mode, possibly Quidditch. This Quidditch idea is just a leaker's theory, not a confirmed leak, but it makes sense to combine all these elements into a new mode. This could also mean the rumored Warner Bros. Basketball mode, originally filtered for the 12th, might actually be the Quidditch mode instead. Just remember that all of this is speculation, but it is official that if you install Hogwarts Legacy, which is currently free on the Epic Store until the 18th, and play for 2 hours, you get a free backpack on your Fortnite account. The Epic Store is also offering a free wrap and wheels. The final Harry Potter news is that Rocket League seems to be getting a Christmas event with free items, many of which will be compatible with Fortnite. Moving on, the Bleach collaboration is confirmed to feature 4 skins and 2 pickaxes as accessories. This collaboration goes beyond that, as the last update added car features, so we'll get vehicle wraps and likely a new car, though the collaboration is primarily for the Blitz mode, not Rocket League. Right now, we don't know much, but they will probably add a location and maybe a weapon from the series. This Bleach crossover is definitely confirmed for this patch, and will launch on December 20th. Another collaboration I talked about recently is Home Alone, mainly featuring skins of the Wet Bandits from the first movie, along with redesigns of 2025 festival skins. That's more of a theory than a leak, but Sabrina is confirmed to get a new Christmas version, and Hatsune Miku will too, as her hair is already in the LEGO files. Another highly anticipated Christmas collaboration is SpongeBob SquarePants with Fortnite and Rocket League, confirmed for the coming weeks, though we don't know if it's just vehicles or characters too. Leaks suggested the Krusty Krab car was coming to Fortnite, but a recent update to the SpongeBob Creative Mode showed players driving it, which makes me think the leak was right, but as a gameplay addition and not a shop cosmetic. However, the item shop is definitely getting something, as Plankton's wheels were leaked a while back, making the Fortnite collaboration 99% confirmed. Other vehicles we should see this Christmas, all leaked in the last update, are from Fast and Furious, Kill Bill's pickup truck, and the Land Rover Defender. James Bond is also expected by the end of the year, likely with his car. Finally, we should see several events, including a New Year's event, the Ice King in OG mode, and hopefully something like the Mariah Carey concert from 2024. Star Wars is confirmed for creative mode in late 2025. And starting the 18th, in addition to the update, the Epic Store will also have daily free games. This content is more than enough for those 23 days, but we'll probably get even more news this Thursday, so if you don't want to miss out, hit that subscribe button. Adding to that, we've got a leak about 5 new festival skin packs dropping during Winterfest. This could be a massive win with remakes of every festival skin from 2025, you know, all the bangers. But let's be real, they pulled a fast one on us in 2024 and just gave everyone silver super styles. If Sabrina's rocking that style, don't be surprised if everyone else gets the same red-colored style treatment. Seriously, all I want for Christmas is to see a Bruno Mars Santa Claus, so I hope I'm wrong. Moving on to the collabs, the biggest one of the year is Harry Potter. We're getting the mythical broomstick. I know I've talked about it a lot. And the biggest news is that the collaboration will feature customizable skins for all the Hogwarts houses. That's right, you can rep Gryffindor, Slytherin, or whatever your vibe is. Now for the bad news, this pretty much confirms we won't be seeing any of the main actors. No Daniel Radcliffe, no Emma Watson, and definitely no Harry himself, which is a major bummer for the fans. But hey, at least we get the iconic flying Ford as a vehicle. The Harry Potter action doesn't stop there. Rocket League is also getting a Christmas collaboration with free items. And the best part is that a ton of those free cosmetics will be cross-compatible with Fortnite. It makes sense. Fortnite and Rocket League are both Epic Games property. The collabs keep coming. Bleach is confirmed for the 20th, with car items suggesting we'll see 2 character skins in the shop. Plus, a Home Alone collaboration was leaked this weekend, specifically with the bad guys, the Wet Bandits. And remember those mini aces I've been mentioning? They're back, and South Park is up first, likely hitting during the holidays. The leak says the characters are going to be in little robot suits, kind of like Bart Simpson. But the gameplay sounds sick with new bosses, a new bus, and mythical weapons. The biggest innovation has to be the Kenny's Rift anomaly, where you respawn when you get eliminated, which is honestly perfect for a South Park collab. We've also got a confirmed Back to the Future mashup, which is bringing the DeLorean as a mythical weapon. It'll probably drop in the shop as a car, but initially it's a map object that teleports you with its time tunnels. Expect special chests for this collab as well. My personal guess is this one will drop with the next update, which is hitting next year, on January 9th. Continuing the car theme, the SpongeBob SquarePants collaboration is confirmed for the coming weeks, with the Krusty Krab car confirmed for the shop. I'm crossing my fingers we get SpongeBob and Patrick skins to drive it. Beyond the big collabs, December is going to be packed with original Fortnite Winterfest skins, including a leaked hamster and a guy who looks like a festive version of Alexa. We're also seeing a Christmas version of The Pod, think a snowman design, and so many more skins that have only been seen as encrypted names. On the map front, the snowy map is pretty much a lock, covering nearly half the island. This brings new bosses, the Ice King from Season 7, hopefully with a redesign, and some Noel boss, who both should let you transform into them and offer mythical, Christmas-themed weapons. Sergeant Winter is back as an NPC for quests, separated into 4 phases this year, down from 5 or 6 last year. And I'm betting we're getting those detective challenges again. The biggest curveball, though, is a Bigfoot wandering the map. You can find him, but he just disappears when you get close. Weird, right? Speaking of Epic Games, the Epic Store is currently giving away Hogwarts Legacy. Seriously, go look it up. And here's a pro tip. Play it for just 2 hours and you snag a free backpack. But don't sleep on this. You've only got until December 18th to claim the deal, or it's gone. They won't drop the backpack until the next patch, likely Thursday, the 18th. That same day also kicks off the Epic Store's daily free game giveaway that runs until December 31st. The rumors are flying, but we're expecting big titles like Mortal Kombat, Red Dead, and even Lego Batman. It's basically a free haul of classics, and you'd be crazy not to take advantage, as long as you play on PC, that is. Mobile players they were giving away cells yesterday, so check that out. Finally, we've got the crazy new storm shapes that look like Christmas trees and snowmen. Though for now, only the triangle shape is active in 5% of your matches. The LTM is also getting a Christmas event with exclusive weapons, like one that lets you freeze enemy weapons. Outside of the action, the Nutcracker's cabin is returning with a daily reward, likely including a couple of free skins. Look out for the end-of-year event, the Ice King freezing the whole map, and a new concert artist to replace last year's Mariah Carey performance. And honestly, with the whole island situation, you don't need to be a psychic to guess what Epic Games was primarily inspired by. It seems like Golden Coast was perfectly timed to align with the release of GTA 6, which was originally planned for November 19th. If it hadn't been postponed, the start of Chapter 7, right after the launch of The Great Car Thief, would have been totally awesome. But even so, the Golden Coast turned out pretty atmospheric, even if and I don't know about you, I'm seriously bugged by a feeling of déjà vu. When you look at most of the spots on the new island, it feels like you've seen something similar before. Hello, Chapter 5. That's why I've split the locations into two types, the incredible ones and the not-so-much ones. I put Ripped Tides, Humble Hills, seriously, who comes up with these names? Four Fields, and Latte Landing in the first group. Personally, all these spots feel pretty generic to me. They just don't have that it factor that grabs you at first glance. Just the most average, basic places that don't stick in your memory at all. I would be stoked if they transformed for Winterfest. If you liked any of these locations, that's cool, of course. Maybe I just missed something. So it would be awesome if you'd share your top new spots and why you love them. For the second group of locations, I picked Tip Top Terrace, Wonkyland, Classified Canyon, and Battlewood Boulevard. Let's dive deeper into these spots. The location I had zero doubts about was Battlewood Boulevard. I think anyone who played GTA San Andreas even once immediately remembered the good old Los Santos. It genuinely feels like the vibe of the early 2000s here. By the way, this is also where they filmed the short film Yuki's Revenge from Kill Bill. You can tell by the hole in one of the houses where Yuki's grenade blew up. Another cool thing is the new business, Tasty Boys. It seems crypto and concerts stopped giving a stable income, so our hustlers got into the restaurant business. Classic. Now these two are selling donuts. And the biggest jewel of the location is the movie theater, which by all appearances will screen all sorts of cool stuff for us from time to time. It's possible Yuki's Revenge was a sort of test drive. So now this is our new Risky Reels. I think one of the simplest yet most vibey spots is Tip Top Terrace. The location itself is small, but it has at least two big upsides: smart game design and a unique biome. Basically, it's one huge camp on massive trees that are literally everywhere. The terraces are vertical, so moving around them is genuinely interesting. Wonkyland has a special place in my heart. Essentially, it's a huge amusement park run by a cartoon mascot and his buddies. The location is divided into activity zones, each one themed after a mascot. For example, the crocodile has his own water park that you can slide into right down his tongue. They even have a lazy river here, my favorite. Nearby, you can also find a small Easter egg in the form of a shooting range. If you complete this short challenge, you can get seriously awesome loot. Plus, you can do it up to 3 times, so use it. Seriously, the park is almost the best location in Chapter 7. Painted Palms is right up there with it. From the leaks, I first thought it was a 0-point biome, but it's actually a giant movie set. If you dive into the lore of this spot, you can find out it's the planet of the carnivorous banana aliens. I don't know about you, but these guys personally reminded me of the monsters from Stranger Things. And this movie is seriously going to be juicy. Spaceships, creepy banana aliens, an alien biome, and a feeling of complete hopelessness. It's all being filmed by the Seuss Studio, and Painted Palms is far from the only set these guys have, though it is the most massive. Honestly, I was debating for a long time whether to include Sandy Strip in the list of hype locations, but this little guy finally broke me. The main feature of the alleys is the huge reactive sphere that responds to all player actions. Dancing, eliminations, revives, emotes, everything we do, it turns into emotions and animations. Obviously, Epic was inspired by the real sphere in Las Vegas, but my heart went out to it for a different reason. This sphere is just too similar to sprites from Chapter 6. Just look at those eyes. You simply can't resist them. The location itself turned out pretty wild in a good way. You've got a huge 5-star hotel, and even the tower from Tilted Tower, which they turned into an arcade club. All in all, an interesting place. It's definitely worth a visit, if only for that sweet sphere, which by the way, should totally have a name. What do you think? Let the best comment immortalize the name of this cutie, whether a guy or a girl. I saved the best for last, Classified Canyon. Although, to be honest, the whole desert biome is one massive location packed to the brim with a ton of Easter eggs and secrets. I think everyone has already guessed that it's a reference to Area 51, and the canyon isn't named that for no reason. If you look at the cacti, it turns out they are far from ordinary, because cameras are sticking out of them. And when you break one of these cacti, you don't get wood, but metal. The government, or whoever it is definitely guarding something very important here. If we make it to the very center of the location, we'll see exactly what's under guard, a huge triangular base. Going deeper and deeper into it, we'll hit the negative level, where a real alien ship, specifically a Last Reality UFO, is hidden from us. But that's not all. Slightly north of the complex, you can find the Meteor of the Seven and a capsule that crashed nearby. Next to it is a logbook, which clarifies that this is the Meteor of the Order. But more on that in the storyline part of the video. In summary, Canyon is one of the most atmospheric locations of the new chapter, and the invisibility effect is a testament to that. Seriously, if you haven't flown to the desert yet, you're missing out. It's one of those spots you 100% need to see with your own eyes. And the last but not least important location on the list is the Innerloop Labs. This place is even more mysterious than the canyon. The very first thing that jumps out when we arrive here is a fragment of the 0 point. It's currently hanging above something that closely resembles the vault from Chapter 1, but a mini version. Everything points to the fragment being stabilized and now powering a very important project, a particle accelerator. And judging by the energy inside the pipes, it's the power of the 0 point. They say Innerloop Labs will become one of the key locations in this season's storyline. So I'm keeping a close eye on this spot, and if anyone thought we were done exploring the map, I've saved a little bonus for you in the form of a couple of secret spots you definitely haven't heard about. Not far from the canyon, you can stumble upon a totally unsuspecting bush guarded by 2 cameras. Passing through it, we get into a secret room with a bunch of arcade machines, slurp barrels, and plush toys. You can also easily climb up from here using a zipline in the next room. The new map, in general, has a crazy focus on plush toys. We even have a whole factory that turns donuts into plush toys. And seriously, when you're running around the island, notice how many plush toys are everywhere. So there's definitely something to it. If you have any theories, drop them in the comments. The most important change that absolutely everyone can experience is surfing. It replaced the usual drop from the battle bus, which was blown up by the Dark Voyager. At the start of the match, we saddle a wave and ride it right to the island. Then it throws us up into the air. Interestingly, the spot where the wave starts is chosen randomly for everyone. And it's actually handy, because now you don't have 100 people landing at one spot, as players are evenly distributed around the whole perimeter of the island. I liked the mechanic at first, but it quickly becomes, well, too slow and tedious, especially that initial cutscene. With the battle bus fixed, surfing has been retired, though not completely. But the absolute peak of the new chapter is, of course, the storyline. It's now obvious that the battle with the Dark Presence was just a ploy by someone to see us in action. It turns out that for all these years, they've been watching us, learning from us, and just leading us on a string like puppets. And only now is the second phase beginning, where everything will be for real.